to the museum!
Wanna go take some pictures?
that?
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You couldn't have done it without me.
Annihilate.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You couldn't have done it without me. Here! Watch this awesome move!
Stay back, Clara.
Try that again!
Are you all right?
I'm okay! You can't run!
Hide.
Help me, Mr. Star!
Nap time. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next? Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Glad to see you here at the museum.
Welcome! go take some pictures? to the museum.
Correct. All the cabins they might pass by have been checked. Remember to report to... We'll deal with problems outside the base zone later. Ah, it's you. Sorry, this is embarrassing. We suddenly had some stuff come up. I wanted to take care of it before you arrived, but I can't seem to even get a break around here. Never mind about that. Here, this is for you. I made it this morning, and I've been keeping it warm. It's just a little something I whipped. I spent a long time wondering what to give you. In the end, I realized I should stick to what I'm good at. Miss Asta loves my fried rice, so I hope you like it too. Sorry it's so noisy here. I wanted to find somewhere quieter where I could get your feedback, but... I'm pretty confident in this dish. Unfortunately, I was a bit rushed at the end. Some big shot suddenly decided to visit the space station today. Everyone has been in a hurry since the announcement. They're all worried that a bad impression could damage Madame. Miss Asta said that the guest appears to be Madame Herda's research partner. If he's doing research with her, he must— look at the time. The guest is almost here. If you're curious, just follow the crowd. Miss Asta—
Wow, it's the first time I've seen such a spectacle.
Even the top brass.
So this visitor is... Get ready.
Hypothesis. Thought always precedes word.
Hey,
And yet, I can't find the words for this moment. It's good to see you, Asta. I apologize. I'm 4 minutes and 13 seconds earlier than the appointed time. I hope it's not a bother.
Of course not, Mr. Scrollum. Welcome to Herta Space Station.
No need for formalities, Asta. Herta Space Station is where knowledge converges. Here we celebrate such collaboration between organic life forms is magnificent and efficient. You're rebuilding the space station far quicker than I could have imagined.
We appreciate your high praise, Mr. Scrollum. Would you like me to show you around? Since the last summit, we've launched several new research projects focused—
Well, that sounds lovely, but I do have a meeting with Herta, so let's put the new surprises on hold for now.
Madam Herta should be in her office. I'll take you there. Right this way.
Sure. And you are? Ah, hello, young madam. I've heard so much about you. Herta talks about— She's quite curious about you, as am I. What is it like to live in symbiosis with a Stellaron? I hope we'll have sufficient time in the future to get to know each other and answer this question.
Sorry, I wanted to show you around, but now I don't think I'll be able to get away. All right, see you later.
Strange. It should be around here somewhere. Maybe it's hidden inside Madame Herta's portrait. Huh? Do you need something? If you're looking for the front desk, just go straight through— Wait a second. I know you. I saw you chatting with Captain Arlen just now. Allow me to introduce myself. You probably know that this place was recently attacked by the Antimatter Legion. Now that the station is being rebuilt, my job is— But during the repair process, I discovered some anomalies. The access records show that a third party other than the Legion invaded while the Master control— some have surmised the same as you. We suspect that it may have been the Stellaron Hunters. It's an elusive group and very dangerous. They include a super hacker from Punklord. I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost to her once. A while ago, I discovered her whereabouts during a screening process. I was planning to follow the clues to find more details about— Can you guess what happened next? She reverse hacked my device, sent out a bunch of spam, made a video game open to the space station, and told everyone that an idiot named Leonard made a— Ugh! I don't want to think about it. Now that everything is calmed down, I thought they'd be on my case already. The silver lining? Madame Herta was generous enough to allow me to continue Yeah, it was pretty unexpected. Space station affairs are usually handled by lead researcher Asta. This is the first time I've seen Madame Herta To put it simply, the leaders have given me an opportunity. How could I not cherish it? If I can make up for my mistakes and do a good job, I may have a chance. This time, I plan to start from inside the space station and see if I can find some clues to trace the intruder's steps. I designed a decoding program. Look, it looks like a camera, but it's actually a detector. We should be able to find hidden clues with it. Just like this. Oh, that's, What are you talking about? This looks like... Oh, unbelievable! Why would something like this be in the space station? The staff wouldn't even dare scribble on the wall, let alone leave... so this is what we're looking for? This suspicious evidence? It wasn't what I was expecting. Wait a second. Oh, I see. This is digital graffiti that appears to represent Punklorian symbols. If I'm not mistaken, we need to decipher it if we want to find any... Ugh, you got me there! I got caught up in our conversation. Let me think. Maybe I've been under too much stress recently and I subconsciously want a friend. Anyway, if I were to find clues related to the Stellaron Hunters, wouldn't that... just do me a favor! It won't take up too much of your time. Here, just... other Void Rangers here!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Phew!
Stay back, Clara.
You can't run!
Stay back, Clara. Eliminating threat.
That scared me to death! Did you see that? It seemed like something popped up here, then Void Rangers jumped out. But look! Just like I guessed, this graffiti is encrypted. If we decipher, the surveillance camera captured her face. Silver Wolf. It's exactly the same as the photo on the IPC's wanted list. Let me see what she was up to. Is this a transmitter beacon? Oh, I see. She probably ran into the Antimatter Legion during the invasion, then used this beacon to teleport the enemies somewhere else. We accidentally activated the beacon again just now, and they were brought back. Jeez, Stellaron hunters have the ability to stow enemies away like that? Beacon transmission that doesn't require a power source and can be implemented solely through computation? No wonder they were able to break into the space station. With this, I'm afraid not even Well, I don't share your optimism. If it wasn't for you, I'd probably be... Anyway, let's work... There's a strange signal nearby. Maybe it's another piece of graffiti. Look! Up there! They even put down a question mark. They must be making fun of us. She went towards the base zone. Yep. Disappeared again? This thing keeps cutting out when I'm deciphering it. She must have stopped here for a bit. Let's look around.
Let me see.
Your fake ID info is ready.
Ah, so that's what happened. She sneaked in first, then helped her partner in through the main door. It's a classic hacking operation. I never noticed that there was an issue with this record. I subconsciously glanced right past it when I saw my own name. She's so cunning. Right? The graffiti's location is quite interesting. It feels like she's playing a game with us. One dot leads to another. I heard from a friend that the hackers on Punk Lord have a tradition. When they hack, they purposely leave something behind for people to discover. Kind of like throwing down they call this the Punk Lord mentality. There can only be competition when there's rivalry. And there can only be excitement when there is competition. Life's a game, and having fun is what's most important. I don't understand that way of thinking. But it seems like this graffiti might have been left behind for us. The same thing happened last time as well. I was so close to the target, but got obliterated in the final battle. You're right. It doesn't help to dwell on past failures. Thank you. Ah, she seems to be leaving. They seem to be heading toward the monitoring room. Another graffiti. They're all different too. She really put some thought into this. Huh? Is this section of the record damaged? She went through the... That's highly unlikely. But if it's true, everything we... Hold on, I got it! It might be an effect from a curio. There was a pre-established folded space here, and the intruders found it and took advantage of... No wonder she kept going through the curio collection index. This space is connected to the Stellaron room. Do you still remember it? That's where they put the Why would they leave you here if their objective was the Stellaron? With her capabilities, all she would have needed to do was make another beacon. She would have been able to escape with the Stellaron, no problem. Huh? There's no graffiti here. Oh, we're doomed! The trail has gone cold. Ugh, so strange. Did she really leave just like that? She came all this way and didn't take anything with her, nor leave— Oh, they did leave you behind. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. It must have been a terrible feeling waking up in a place that was completely I can't help but feel there's more that they're after. I really hope I can find something that's useful to you. Otherwise, I'll feel bad for having you do so much work for nothing. The more I talk about it, the worse I feel. I should probably find something that I can do. There's a raiding pistol here. Whoa, look here! There's a strange access log in the raiding pistol's compartment. It looks like the log time occurred during the Legion's invasion. The researchers would have already been evacuated by then. Could it have been her? In which case, she didn't leave immediately. She implanted the Stellaron inside you, and then fiddled around with the raiding pistol for a while. Could it be that... I just realized something. We need to go to the curio collection room on the other side. Just as I thought. She was here! I just remembered that Madame Herta has a game cartridge named Punk Lord Mentality. You remember it, right? It's actually on the list of missing. I wasn't able to put the two together before. If the hacker has a personal objective other than the Stellaron Hunters, I got it! I got it now! The Stellaron Hunters operation was just a... That's right! She was so interested in the Curio Collection Index that she stayed in the space station even after her mission was complete. That she knew we would be looking for the Stellaron Hunters and used it as her cover. Hold on, though. Something doesn't add up. The curios are Madame Herta's most prized possessions. All the visit requests are sent to her office from the computer in the main control. Some researchers tried to gain access to the curios for research purposes once, but they didn't get proper up. You got me there. But with the skills of this hacker, I do think it's possible. We should go and check the main control room.
You couldn't have done it without me.
Wait, don't move. I get chills just looking at the space station monitors now. Just perfect. Not only did she shut off all the access logs, she shut off all the terminal transmissions too. Let's focus on the main task. I am curious though. She paused the terminal transmissions, but didn't touch the local data at all. As a Stellaron hunter, she leaves the Stellaron behind. As a hacker, she doesn't delete the local log. Relax, friend. I've done this a million times.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Nap time.
See? I was right. There was something fishy about... Now we can browse through the Curio access logs. Huh? That can't be right. This Curio doesn't seem to have ever left the space station. From the way things look, yes. The records show that this Curio was last sent to Madame Herta's office. And then I'm seriously confused. What did she come here for? She wouldn't have put the graffiti up just to mess with us. No, if I start thinking like that, I may as well give up now. I have to fully investigate.
That's not gonna happen. I'll say it again. I don't care what Runmei said to you, but there's no chance we're shutting down the simulated universe.
Herta, I've made my decision. Question. What have we invested into this project? Hundreds of system hours, the resources of an entire planet, and the most advanced technology in... And what have we gotten in return? Unknowns, confusion, and a series of errors. In the beginning, we defined the simulated universe as a miniature world that could be used to discover the traces of the eons. But now, it's become something far removed from its original...
The simulated universe is bound to make errors. You said that yourself, and that's exactly what we're experiencing. Why is that a problem all of...
I adore the vast amount of knowledge, but I cannot accept that the simulated universe remains simply a pending contract waiting to be attended. Herta, think about it. How many surprises has this project given you? And how many disappointments?
The simulated universe never disappointed me. You are what disappoints me, Scroolum. Do you really think of yourself as someone so exceptionally amazing? Right now, you're more like someone from the Nitwit Society.
Herta, I don't mean to question you, nor do I want to deny the hard work you've put forth for the simulated universe. I just want to give more room for knowledge and inspiration.
That's enough. Leave if you don't want to be part of this. Go tell the other two yourself. Oh, and take your tech with you. I don't need it. I can go find Adrian Taylor, or the red-nosed old man from Epsilon, or even the Intelligentsia Guild. At least they won't quit halfway. Ugh. Scroolum, we've known each other for a long time. You're nothing but a piece of ice-cold metal.
Let me see. Cheese. Let me see. Cheese.
My apologies, madam. This all started with me. I was the one that brought up the request to end our academic collaboration. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Herta or the project. The simulated universe is a great experiment, and Herta is a true genius. However, we have our differences when it comes down to our long-term vision for the future. These differences will often manifest into bias, and bias will get in the way of the formulation of knowledge. Deep down, I want to continue to believe in Herta. The question is whether one should end a collaboration that no longer holds true to its original intent. From an objective standpoint, I should end it. Are you worried about her mental state? Judging by the result, I have failed to choose the most suitable time to raise this matter. The emotions of organic life are like tides. It is my fault for not noticing the trajectory of the moon. Let Herta be alone for a while, so she can calm her emotions. It'll be beneficial for our negotiations later as well. As for the simulated universe, if that's the reason you're here, maybe I can help in answering your question. Search. Bonfire in the depths of the woods. A lone stone sword points to the stars. Punk, that is a love letter a Galaxy Ranger has written for the universe. Young madam, how much do you know about Punk? It is a planet made of data and symbols. The edges of reality and illusion are blurred in Punk Lord, as are its days and nights. An ether cartridge is a chip that Punklordian hackers use to edit reality. The ways through which a hacker perceives and modifies the world, it's a recording of the hacker's life and proof of their existence. The one on the space station belonged to someone truly legendary. He became a Galaxy Ranger by accident and spent many long years traveling among the stars. Many of the records and details recorded therein are beyond the knowledge of even the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild. That is why it became part of the masses of calculation data. Yes. No need to worry, my friend. The cartridge has never left the space. It's, as I said, it is a very important reference for the simulated universe. That is why its data has been extracted and added to the calculation. Herta was probably impulsive and added the cartridge into the simulation without telling anyone, resulting in the item being listed as lost. I understand your concern. If the individual in question did indeed try to hack into Herta's office, then the simulated universe is undoubtedly her next target. As such, please allow me to offer my limited ability. As you already know, the simulated universe will be shut down temporarily. It will remain shut until her— Yes, this is the last chance to investigate the— By way of apology for shutting down the simulated universe, I will use my abilities in the universe to provide you with what is— This is my recommendation.
Did you hear that? I was so scared I couldn't utter the simulated universe? Shut down? That's Madame Herta's biggest project. Wait, this isn't my fault, is it? If I'd been able to stop the enemy's invasion, wouldn't... This is terrible. I feel like I'm still. Beating myself up all the time won't help either. We're here for the cartridge. At the very least, we must— Having heard what Mr. Scroolum said, You're entering the simulated... I'm afraid I won't be able to accompany you. I'll be helping Mr. Schoolem monitor the system's internal data flow from the office. Ugh, I'm so nervous. This is the first time I've been involved in something. Anyway, I'll be...
Cheese! Cheese! Hmm. Let me see. Cheese!
Well, madam. Please, ask away. I welcome all forms of curiosity. They are a group that carries a balance scale with them at all times. They believe all the justice in the universe needs to be achieved through individual deeds. That was the most suitable way of describing the Galaxy Range. They are directed by the path of the hunt and are always accompanied by song and the sound of horns. They pursue justice for the individuals and groups they encounter along the way and shower them with splendid wines and However, all stories come to an end, just as they disappeared from the spotlight long ago. There is a group of life forms there that know nothing of fatigue. They are attempting to touch upon the umbilical cord of the truth. They are compiling the languages, thoughts, and even emotions of the entire planet into symbols that even inorganic life forms can understand. You see, in the vast sea of data, life exists only in one form, a line of code. Whether it's a butterfly, a whale, or even you, the length of that line of code dictates. Maybe the emotions of organic life forms are an expression of data. Yes, there are other concerns besides. I believe that the miracles inside the simulated universe have the right to grow and develop organically. The will of others shouldn't be imposed upon it. Just like the more Herta tries, the further she moves away from the universe that she had hoped for. Conclusion. The endless iterations of the simulated universe are wearing down her talents. I hope to free my dear friend. Nevertheless, I must also clarify that this is my opinion alone. You should form your own judgment on Herta. Very well. Get going. I will be sending you into the simulated universe using an alternative. This will help us quickly locate the cartridge in the vast sea of data. We'll start with this data link. Now,
are here, nothing can stop us.
Young madam, are you all right? You are now inside the data link of the Ether cartridge. Look around and tell me... Hacker? Oh, conclusion. That is a holographic record that the simulated universe has created. In here, regardless of how large or small, all variables are saved, including outsider traces. You were right. The enemy's invasion has spread to the deepest parts of the simulated universe. They were only a hair away from the Ether cartridge's data link. What we are seeing are the projections. Young madam, please stay still. Allow me to see what I can do.
Hey, you. Why are you staring at me?
I initiated the simulation flow. This is just a record of the past. She's not actually talking to you. Please listen and don't interrupt her. We may be able to find out more of what we need to know.
First off, I'm not obsessed with it. On Punklord, the stories of the cartridge are no different from textbooks. I'm not interested in something that everybody already knows about. Secondly, it's not some kind of video game cartridge. It's an Ether cartridge. Do you understand what that actually means? With that cartridge, if a guy went to a movie premiere and bought some mixed popcorn, you'd be able to know the flavor of the fourth kernel he picked out of the bucket. It's truly amazing. Lastly, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not obsessed with it. The reason I'm still rambling about it is to make sure that you know how amazing it really is. Do you get it now, Kafka? Alright, let's get going. We have to move quickly. This place is different from the rest of the space station. We're on Genius Society turf.
It is safe to assume that 2 people entered the simulated universe. Interesting. Let's see what happened next. You are now taking the point of view of the companion. She will react to your behavior now.
%100% break!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
%100% break!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Fork in the road, huh? I I got this. Wanna pick one first? Give your beloved instinct.
Yes, this is a visual record.
Wrong choice. The correct... What? Why won't you believe me? Told you, it's the right side, the right. Not what we're looking for. Ugh, why would Herta put something like this inside the simulated universe? Doesn't she find it annoying when she... Never mind, I miscalculated. Let's try another sector.
She's actually on the correct path. She just needs to continue a little further. Right. We've met only once. Stellaron Hunter, Silver Wolf. We fought against one another before. Herta was there as well. She may have mentioned... From my point of view, it wasn't a victory. It was more like a test than a duel. She would attack, and I would defend. Neither of us gave it our all. She wasn't able to break through my... I never thought our next meeting would take place under these circumstances. I believe the continuation of our...
What the? This was the right way all along. Ugh, Herta's got...
Seems like we can now continue forward.
Oh, back to the space station again. %, break. 100% break.
Eliminating threat.
Break. Help me, Mr. Sora!
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Finally, almost there. There's even a miniature Herta over here. Eesh. A little narcissistic, isn't she? The whole space station is filled with her face. I was planning on adding a mustache for her, but the spray didn't work. The entire space station feels like it's made of paper, but her portrait is near indestructible.
She's talking about that portrait in the elevator room, no? Herta commissioned me to design an encryption tool for her. Seems she ended up using it on her portrait. That's correct. The ether cartridge data is in the next room. Our pursuit. Yes, that incongruous feeling has persisted throughout this long pursuit. She came for the Stellaron, but showed a strong interest in the curios. And just as we found out about the existence of the ether cartridge, she just so happened to show up in the simulation. I must admit, this feels less like a chase and more like... I recall a story about Punk Lord. It is said that graffiti is a special kind of symbol there. Hackers see reality as a magnet. Whether it be for competition or for joy, they leave a trail in the places they visit. One symbol after another link up to become a long, long journey. And would this ongoing affair not be part of such an endeavor? Perhaps this is all nothing more than a game she's decided to play with. In which case, let us accompany her till the end.
100% break! Time for a buzz. Time for a buzz.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Eliminating threat.
Nap time.
Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
Look, we found it. The ether cartridge is here, and it's perfectly intact. There is an unwelcome third party here with us. If what we are seeing constitutes past images of Silver Wolf, then for her to have made it this far would have entailed the disappearance of the cartridge. We can only assume that the facts don't align with the theory. I believe that she was indeed able to hack into Herta's office, but she didn't stay there for very long. After all, even the best hacker wouldn't be able to find a specified target in the vast ocean of...
Unless she had someone to guide her there. You want to explain it to her first? I can see the confusion in her eyes.
The final results are on the display table, young madam. Take a closer look if you wish. We have plenty of time left. I will answer any questions that you may. You've guessed correctly. The person that stands before you is tonight's starring role. She left herself a back door in the office, performed a proxy hack the moment you entered the simulated universe. I must say, she really is a masterful actor. The graffiti is like a two-way data tunnel. You can use it to retrace the trail she leaves behind, and she can monitor your progress by seeing which pieces... I fear she may well have had the whole thing planned out before hacking the space station. The graffiti and the back door were all in aid of honing in on just the right... I'm sorry. Herta forbade me from disclosing any information beforehand. She made clear that knowledge would not be paramount to this operation, but rather the lack of it. However, the way I see it, the most important elements were dedication and sincerity. The action... Well then, were you satisfied with Miss Silver Wolf?
Huh. You knew it all along, didn't you? I knew it would be hard to fool you. All that talk you were spouting along the way was meant for me, wasn't it?
It is a joy and an honor to have the opportunity to face off against you once again. Herta said that this cartridge would be able to lure in the biggest fishes in the universe. She was right.
So, the business about shutting down the universe and the argument with Herta was all just an act? You did all that to lure me in?
That is up to you to interpret. Herta and I have always been frank with one another. Sharp conversations of that nature happen on a regular basis. It wouldn't be fitting to call it an act. Miss Silver Wolf is truly a talented hacker. Not only did she calculate everything ahead of time, she has numerous variables and aces still to play. News of my sudden visit to the space station was probably the only uncontrollable variable in her plan. And with my arrival came the nightmare of shutting down the simulated universe. That would have ruined her plans and all her preparations. You now know everything.
Everything? No, no. You're wrong about the most important. You think I came here out of desperation, but I've been bursting with excitement this whole time. Do you know how happy I was when you showed up? I haven't had the thrill of a formidable opponent in such a long time. The Legion is nothing but a bunch of cavemen, and the IPC were a disappointment. Only the Society has the talent to provide me with a fun... Reality is nothing but a game. But what's the point of a game if it can't make you happy? An invitation letter and a challenge letter were sent to me from two geniuses. How could I not accept them?
You're confident you'll be able to get out of this in one piece.
That's right. And I'm bringing this with me.
Oh, a copy. You completed it while we were talking just now.
Why else would I entertain so much small talk? You're not the only one stalling for time. I'm guessing that Herta is hiding in a corner somewhere, trying to pull off a reverse hack from where I hacked in. You, on the other hand, are responsible for taking me head-on, just as you... And I'm looking forward to it. How do you plan on stopping me this time? Are you going to turn the simulated universe into a black box? Or are you going to work with the IPC and put together a cross-galactic encirclement? Screw'em, will I be able to see your true strength this time? The long-awaited result will finally be determined. There will only...
My apologies, Miss Silverwolf, but none of what you are hoping for will be happening today.
Huh? Leave? But why? Aren't you trying to catch me? Don't you want to cuff me and exile me on some
Your creativity has proven interesting. However, I have nothing to do with your quarrel with the space station.
I'm gonna leave with this cartridge, then.
That's just a duplicate. Correction, not only is the one in your possession a duplicate, but so is the one here. The real curio was transferred elsewhere at the very beginning.
What if I attack the space station again?
It would have nothing to do with me. But I must warn you, it is likely that someone would step forward to stop you.
Then, what if I were to destroy the simulation?
I'm sorry, but that simply isn't possible. Ether editing isn't capable of destroying an entire universe.
What is the point of this, then? You guys went out of your way to put together this trap, but don't plan on doing anything at all?
That's right. This way, the game that you so carefully orchestrated is now pointless, is it not? There's no point in a game if it's no longer Silver Wolf. I know what you're after. The IPC's shackles won't be able to hold you, and jail is but another game to you. Herta and I came to an understanding. We will no...
How boring.
However, Herta felt that this would be too easy on you, and wanted to add something of her own. And that is why, in this very moment, she has reverse-hacked you and located all your interastral network accounts. A total of 70. How would it be if the IPC were to freeze all of them? Including all of your game.
What? Hey, hold on a minute.
And she logged out. How hasty of her. Games are always fun in the eyes of a child, but to an adult, it's about time we were on our way.
A flawless victory! Hope you got a glimpse of Herta's awesomeness, kiddo. Make sure you never forget about it. I couldn't care less about what happened with the space station, but I will surely repay the favor tenfold to anyone who... I already notified someone at the IPC to freeze all her accounts. She's probably crying in front of her.
Thank you, young madam. Your and Mr. Leonard's contributions were... Do you have any other questions regarding... Her ultimate goal was always the ether cartridge, but she developed an alternative objective in challenging Herta and me in the process. All those complicated puzzles and unnecessary ploys. If you are referring to the back doors Silver Wolf left behind, we have cleared out all of them. Don't worry. The space station is not as fragile as you think. Whether it's cosmic warfare or the... Please, ask away. Certainly not. Although Madame Herta and I have our differences in terms of research direction, on the contrary, I plan on staying here for a while to see up close what kind of surprises the new... There is no one answer to that question, my friend. To sentimental, organic life forms, it could be the first falling leaf in the change of seasons. Or to the swarm that follows its instincts, it might be the sight of fresh meat in their compound eyes, and for me, perhaps the image of symbols woven together. Of course, I've also heard that the answer is nothing. A medium rare Catol steak, salt-baked Kalia lemongrass, Herman compound milk, and a portion of fried rice. All I need is energy. The form that energy comes in is the same as it is for you. I would never forsake the delights of the culinary world in the interests of efficiency. Now, it is possible that my joints may need a little lubricant every now and again. Well, young madam, our destination may differ, but there are still countless opportunities for our paths to cross. The pursuit of knowledge will always be the best driving force.
So, the reason Madame Herta wanted me to continue the investigation was to lure her out of hiding? That never crossed my... She said I did a good job! Can you believe it? I've just been acknowledged by Madame Herta! This is something I'll remember for the... I don't have to worry about being fired anymore!
This chapter has come to a conclusion. Come, let us close the final...
It's gone. It's all gone. They seriously left nothing behind. They went too far this time. Too far.
All right. Stop with the tantrum. You're not a kid anymore.
I am not throwing a tantrum.
Uh-huh. Anyway, what are you gonna do now, huh? Hack an IPC branch nearby and get your...
If it were just 1 or 2 accounts, sure. I kind of overdid it this time. I lost basically everything. A branch office probably won't be enough. I'm gonna have to make a trip to Pierpoint.
What, you're going alone? That's the IPC's head...
Yep, just me.
I probably won't be able to. I'm in Alio's next script. Did you forget?
Oh, right. That story doesn't sound like it fits me. You guys have fun.
I hope you have a good time in Pierpoint.
Don't worry. I've already got an idea. You see that cloud diner just 2 kilometers from here? A few temps from the building material logistics department just stepped in. I'm gonna go and become their friend.
Getting a move on already? I would have thought you'd at least want to spend some time with that cartridge you were...
I told you. I'm not obsessed with it. Besides, there's fun to be had along the way. A game is a game, and that's all there is to it.
Wanna go take some pictures?
Eliminating threat.
Help me, Mr. Sora!
Nap time.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
You couldn't have done it without me. Watch this awesome move!
Hide.
Done and dusted.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Stay back, Clara.
Here!
Eliminating threat.
Nap time.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next?
Eliminating threat.
Only Mr. Forum! Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Wanna go?